Hey folks, so it is the morning of Eid al-Fitr in my part of the world, in Malaysia, where I am right now. So I would first like to start off by wishing everyone Selamat Hari Raya or Eid Mubarak, especially to all the Muslims celebrating around the world. I hope you start off your day with joy and a lot of good food, which is what this vlog video edition is going to be all about. I'm going to be sharing with you all the food that I have prepared for today, and for the most part, the food that I've prepared for the days on end throughout this month, really. So I'm still sort of getting dressed. I've just got my hair done here. And I'm in my traditional wear, which is the traditional Malay baju kurung here. It's not a new one. It's actually from two years back, and I got it custom made or tailor made. You can see that it is a little loose on me now, obviously from more of the weight that I lost since I first had the fitting 2 years ago. So I'm happy about that, obviously. So I'm going to get back to finishing off getting myself ready, and then later on I will bring you downstairs to where all the action happens and show you the food that I'm going to have for the better part of today. I haven't had anything to eat yet. It's still pretty early in the morning. So yeah, I'm going to get myself ready, and I sure do have quite a big appetite. It feels, if you ask any Muslim who's been who observed Ramadan and has been fasting for the entire month every day, kind of does feel weird to just immediately get back to just eating normally and not fasting during the day, especially having like breakfast in the morning. So yeah, it does kind of feel weird, but I'm still, I'm hungry right now. I do have an appetite, and I am going to satisfy my appetite in just a bit. So I have my colleagues from my previous workplace calling. So I'm actually in the middle of a group call. Hi everyone! Say hello everyone! There's Nora, or Kat Nora, with her husband. There's Sam. Just pull in closer for you.
Hello. Sam. Bos Raya dekat mana? Pucung ke? Boleh sampai Ayung-Ai je. Ayung-Ai je sampai. Tapi 3 orang je kereta, tak boleh bagi ramai-ramai. Alamak, ada 2 kereta, kena pakai 2 kereta lah.
Okay, look at that spread, everyone. That's a lot of food. Alright, so I'm going to start with the sweeties first and have that with my coffee. And then I guess I'll work my way counterclockwise around the table till I get to those 2 dishes there. Alright, so let's eat. Okay, so let's first start off with introducing some of the food here. So I'm going to start with the Sweet Delights here. This right here is called lidah buaya, or directly translated to English is crocodile's or alligator's tongue. Okay, because I guess it does look kind of like a tongue. It's basically just straight up pastry that's fried and covered in sugar. That's what it is, right? Loaded with sugar and carbs. But we're not talking about calories or macros today, so never mind. Just letting you know that. Cookies. These are just chocolate chip cookies, butter chocolate chip cookies, which is a family recipe, really. And these are great. And then my favorite, or at least one of my favorites, is the pineapple tart, or tart nanas in Malay we call it. And it's basically just pineapple jam encased in short crust pastry, right? And then this one here, cornflakes and honey. All right, so I'm gonna get to this. All right, pour myself a cup of coffee as usual, in the mornings. ASMR bit here. Oh yeah, freshly brewed coffee in the morning. Nothing beats that, especially after a whole month not having coffee in the morning, or at least when the sun is already up. Oh yeah. So with the savory stuff, I'm going to start with this sort of rice dish. It's called nasi impit. This one here, it's nasi impit, and this one encased in palm leaves is what we call ketupat. Right, so basically it's the same thing, just cooked a little bit differently. In fact, they're kind of cooked the same. They're both boiled in water, but this one comes in a plastic, and you can buy this from the supermarket. This one, you have to do it from scratch. Basically, you get the rice, the grains of rice, pour it into this casing that you make out of palm leaves, and then it forms like a diamond-shaped thing here. And again, you plonk it in boiling water and you let it boil until it becomes like these rice cakes. Alright, so I'm gonna have that. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a nasi impit, and then my favorite, chicken rendang or rendang ayam. Okay. This one, I'm not particularly sure of what it's called, but I think it's native to the Javanese, I think, or at least it's from some part of Indonesia. Interesting fact, my dad is actually half Javanese, so that's where that comes from in this family. We eat with our hands here, so I'm gonna be eating with my hand, my right hand that is, okay? So let me just show you quickly how you do it. You get a little bit of everything basically. You get a little pinch of that rice cake there, and a little pinch of the chicken rendang. Get some of that rendang sauce, mix it all up, and then just elegantly sort of bunch it up together with your fingers. Don't let it touch your palm, and then bring it together, okay? Make sure nothing's sticking out, hanging out, all right? Everything's nice and neat and packed, okay? Use your thumb to then push it into your mouth. And that's how you do eating with your hands, right? Right, next we are gonna try the lontong, which is this dish here, okay? This was actually given to us by our neighbor next door. So very, very kind and generous of them. I think my mom gave something back, hopefully. That's usually the practice. So with this same thing, you have it with the rice cakes here, the nasi impit or the ketupat. In this case, I've got both the ketupat and the rice cake, nasi impit. And I'm going to put some of that lovely lontong sauce. It's basically curry, it's yellow curry. Turmeric is the main flavor, and there's a lot of coconut oil, coconut milk, all right, in this, and vegetables. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Usually, they'll serve it with sambal as well, but I don't quite see any sambal here, so I'll just enjoy it without the sambal. It's still good. Right. Next, we're gonna try. I'm gonna get my old plate back. This is probably something more common, which is the peanut sauce. Normally, you would see people eating this with satay, right? Chicken, lamb, or beef satay. It's basically the same sauce, same peanut sauce. Has the same sort of flavor profile to it. So at Eid, you can have it with satay, obviously, if you want to. But in this case, I don't have any satay. So again, I'll just have the rice cake with it, the nasi impit with it, okay? And same thing, you just sort of dip it in the sauce. Oh yeah, it's good. A peanut sauce, a good peanut sauce that is, should have sweet, sour, saltiness, and just, you know, that kind of umami, kind of savory flavor to it, because it's made up of peanuts, right? From ground peanuts. Ground up ground peanuts, that is. And yeah, it is pretty good. I'm actually filling up pretty fast right now, so I'm just gonna stop there, okay, before I explode. There's still gonna be plenty more eating throughout the day, don't worry. I actually have a dessert for later on, which is probably one of my most favorite desserts. It's just one of those, you know, really nice indulgences that I get to treat myself with during these festivities. Very high in sugar and high in calories, but boy, it's a good treat. So stay tuned.
2 hours later.
So guys, this is the treat I was talking about earlier, pavlova, and you can see that the cream has spilt over, maybe because it's just not cold enough, or I might have overbeaten it, I don't know, you be the judge. It's kind of runny. I think it's just it's too warm out, so that's why it's running and spilling all over the place. This is 2 servings actually, so one is for my mum, who's behind the camera, she doesn't want to be filmed. So it's just gonna be me eating in front of you guys for you to watch. Oh yeah, that's good. It took me a few tries to get the meringue right. Yeah. One, because I tried to reduce the sugar content and not follow the recipe. Proved to be a big mistake. You know, I was so bent on trying to get the calories down, but my mum said, you know what, this is just a once in a year thing, you know, you don't eat like this every day, so the heck with calories. So I guess sometimes you just have to live your life and eat up the calories. So yeah, I mean, today is obviously an exception, but on most days I rarely ever eat things that are as high in calories as this. I mean, just from the meringue alone, I think that's probably like 500 calories worth of sugar just on this plate alone here with these 2 servings, and that's not including the cream. But again, it's Eid al-Fitr, so we're not really counting calories. We're being conscious, we're being aware of our food choices, but we're not being extra pedantic and meticulous about it. All right? Oh, it's really good. And I usually pair it with some coffee. Oh yeah. Une parfaite de bonheur dont je la connais la cause. Et c'est le bon moment pour lui dans la vie. Il me dit des mots d'amour de tous les jours. Et ça m'a fait quelque chose. So I was actually planning to get some McDonald's, but as you can see over there, the line for the drive-through is absolutely redonkulous, right? So you can see there's McDonald's over there, and the cars go all the way out into the bend leading out to the main road over there. Why is everyone having McDonald's on the first day of Eid al-Fitr? Why? So I don't know if I should join the line out there, because that would mean having to go over to that side and join the line from the main road. So let me just have a think. Just look at that. I'm not even kidding, right? So there's McDonald's, and there's the queue. It's all the way out into the main road over there. Can you see that? Jeez Louise. So, thinking now, what do I get instead? Where I don't have to queue up for a gazillion hours. I'll get back to you guys. Ice cream is starting to melt. I've got ice cream all over me. So I ended up going to Family Mart instead and getting a matcha ice cream in a cone and a latte. Still contemplating on whether I should get McDonald's. Mary Brown's just across from where I'm parked right now. It's just across the street. But I don't think they really taste that good, you know. Otherwise people will be there instead, but everyone's just queuing up at McDonald's, right? And it's the only McDonald's that we have in this, I guess, 8-mile radius where I live. So maybe I should probably just order in instead and not go through the drive-through. Anyhow, I think this is pretty much how the whole day is gonna be, just snacking and eating. I also needed to just get out the house. That's why I needed a reason to leave the house, because I probably haven't left the house in like 3 or 4 days. Everything's pretty strict here with the lockdown and the movement restriction order, so That's why I went through the hassle of getting my car and driving to McDonald's, only then to see, yeah, no way was I going to be in that queue and wait for 4 hours for just some cheeseburgers. So that's what I was planning to get. I'm having this sort of craving for the double cheeseburger. Actually, I haven't had it in a while. So yeah, I was actually looking forward to get that. Although it looks like I probably just have to order in, which is what I'll highly likely do in a bit. Yeah, I'm also thinking big pizza would be good as well. I don't know, maybe I should get both, since it's not really counting calories. I'm aware of, like, I can estimate how many calories I've consumed already, but it's definitely going to be above my usual maximum calories to maintain a deficit. But anyhow, it's the first day of Eid, so with that said, I'm gonna end it here for today. I hope you enjoyed my vlog, my Eid al-Fitri vlog. As usual, I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and again, Selamat Hari Raya, Maaf Zahir Batin, Eid Mubarak everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe.